Good day, St. Maarten. I'm Jessica Lazaro.
And I'm Austin Lawrence.
And welcome back to another edition of St. Maarten News Desk.
Brought to you by TV15.
We bring the latest and most important stories on the island and beyond.
We want to get to the stories. First, check out these top headlines.
KPSM announces high season safety and traffic measures for Philipsburg, Simpson Bay, and Maho. As St. Maarten moves into the height of the tourism season, the police force of St. Maarten, KPSM, announces a series of safety and traffic measures set to take effect under a forthcoming ministerial decree from the Minister of Justice in coordination with the Ministry of Romi. The adjustments are designed to improve pedestrian safety, ease congestion, and enhance the visitor experience during the island's busiest months. Under the measures, 1. Several alleyways leading to Front Street and Back Street will be temporarily closed to reduce congestion and create safer pedestrian zones. 2. Parts of Back Street and nearby connecting alleys are also scheduled for intermittent closures due to an upcoming street fair. KPSM cautioned residents to plan ahead for limited access and parking disruptions. 3. No loitering zones will be enforced around the AC Wati Cruise Port entrance, Captain Hodge Wharf, and Walter Plant Square, areas that receive high volumes of cruise visitors. 4. Additional traffic adjustments will be rolled out across Philipsburg to support flow and reduce bottlenecks. 5. In Simpson Bay and Maho, KPSM will increase officer visibility and patrols with proactive traffic controls focused on unsafe driving, congestion, and late-night crowd activity in the nightlife corridors. Police also wants to remind the public that parking enforcement remains active. Vehicles parked illegally, especially along Front Street, Back Street, and nearby alleyways, continue to face towing. KPSM urged the public, business community, nightlife operators, and road users to cooperate with officers as the seasonal measures remain in effect. Officials said more detailed guidance on the ministerial decree and specific traffic changes would be released in the coming days. KPSM thanks residents and visitors for their cooperation as the island works to maintain a safe and welcoming environment throughout the high season.
With Island Bank streamlined card replacement after quality concerns. The Windward Islands Bank announced updated steps for customers to replace damaged debit and credit cards after acknowledging that a recent batch of cards did not meet expected quality standards. WIB said discussions with the manufacturer are ongoing and the free replacement process has now been accelerated for both personal and business clients. Customers with cards showing wear or damage can request a replacement through 3 options: by tapping the special banner in the WIB mobile banking app, emailing card pickup at wib_bank.net, or visiting any WIB branch in person. Clients may also choose their preferred branch for pickup. Once requested, replacements take up to 8 business days, and customers will receive an email when the new card is ready. Current cards remain active throughout the process. WIB reminds customers to destroy the damaged card once the new one is activated. The free replacement offer runs through February 28, 2026, after which WIB will decide whether an extension is needed. The bank says these measures reflect its commitment to improving service, reliability, and customer trust.
Sint Maarten Airport opens a new terminal for private jet travelers. Princess Juliana International Airport marked another major milestone on Friday with the opening of its new exclusive terminal building for private jet passengers. The facility, unveiled in Simpson Bay, followed last year's reopening of the main terminal and is part of Sint Maarten's broader push to strengthen its position as the Caribbean's premier hub for high-end aviation. Airport officials noted that Sint Maarten has recorded double-digit growth in private aviation in recent years. The new terminal expands capacity, elevates the premium travel experience, and supports partnerships with ExecuJet and Signature Aviation, two major players in global private jet services. Tourism Minister, the Honorable Grisha Heilige Martin, joined PGIA CEO Michael Cleaver and invited guests for the ribbon-cutting ceremony. Cleaver said the terminal sets a new standard for private aviation in the region and reflects the island's ambition to attract more luxury travelers. Officials also credited internal staff, contractors, and designer Natalie Lambre for delivering a modern, upscale, and welcoming space. ExecuJet and Signature Aviation leadership praised the project as a major step forward for the region and reaffirmed their commitment to enhancing service for Caribbean travelers. The airport thanked the community and partners for their support as Sint Maarten continues expanding connections across Saba, Statia, St. Bart's, Anguilla, Dominica, Nevis, Tortola, and beyond. In our featured story, what does whistleblowing really look like in a small island nation? We take a closer look at Sint Maarten's Integrity Chamber and its growing role in accountability. Stay with us, but first, here's Mizzy with the Sunshine Report.
Going to the jam, and on November 29th, it's all about the LMAO comedy show. And guess who's going to be in the building? It's boring. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your favorite grandmother, and I'll be in the building at the Elbow Comedy Show. You see that? It's not even Elmo. It's not LMAO. You might say Elmo. What is the LMAO? Laugh Mike, what it stands for? I can't say it, you're right. Because you're not sure. Yes, guys, come with your belly empty because Passion Cuisine gonna have good food. They're gonna have good music and entertainment, and you know we're gonna have good laughter with all the comedians are gonna be there. We're talking about Trinidad, we have Haiti, we have Sint Maarten, and Dominica. All the better come for the flag. Make sure all you come and represent. Make some noise in the place like it's Creole Festival Part 2, but just with laughter. You see, guys, all you have to do it. So Granny is not that I just some of them he was listening to you, that he was missing a substance. That's how people will come to the show now. See you guys in the building on November 29th. LMAO Comedy Show.
They want to give you big foot. Whoa, yeah. Big foot. They want to give you big foot. What? Big foot. They want to give you big foot. Big foot. They want to give you big foot. What do the rebuke them? In the name of Jesus. What do the rebuke them?
A new day begins. The sun rises over St. Maarten, bringing new energy, new possibilities. This island was built on resilience, progress, and the strength of its people. Our connection is what moves us forward. It links our communities, our businesses, our families. From the heart of the island to the shores beyond, we've connected St. Maarten. From every street to every home, this network was built for St. Maarten by St. Maarten hands. Connection isn't just about signals, it's about people. This is your island and your network recharged. Proudly local, we're here for today, tomorrow, and every milestone ahead.
Hey there, it's Mizzy with the Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, Sint Maarten, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into today's forecast and see how the skies are treating us. And that's your Sunshine Report, brought to you by the Met Department of Sint Maarten. So as you enjoy your week, stay safe, stay friendly. Sunshine City.
Night of the Hitmakers unveils all-white 55th Carnival Edition lineup. The Night of the Hitmakers, one of St. Martin's biggest carnival traditions, is set to return even larger for Carnival 55 in 2026. Promoter Berto, Mr. Rude Fleming of Extra Tight Entertainment, confirmed that next year's edition will bring a powerhouse regional lineup and a signature all-white affair theme that fans have embraced for years. The 2026 show, scheduled for Saturday, May 2nd at Carnival Village, known as Festival Village, will feature legendary Zouk group Kassav, St. Martin's own Oswald, soca icons Edwin Yearwood and Crossfire, and top local dance band Control. The night will be hosted by Uncle Shads, with City Rankings supplying music between performances. Fleming said the show will once again keep its signature dance floor layout, designed to let fans party from start to finish. Since debuting in 2013, Night of the Hitmakers has earned its reputation as one of Carnival's most attended events, showcasing a blend of soca, zouk, compa, and homegrown sounds. Calling the 55th edition the ultimate dance party, Fleming thanked fans and partners for helping keep the event strong each year. He noted that the concert's success comes from consistently delivering high-quality production and keeping tickets accessible. Early bird tickets are now available exclusively online at extratight.com.
COCI confirmed candidates ahead of December board elections. The Sint Maarten Chamber of Commerce and Industry confirmed that all nomination forms for its upcoming Board of Directors elections met the required criteria for both the small and large business sectors. For the large business sector, 3 candidates were approved for 2 available seats: Anastasio Baker, Mirudhia Brown, and Charlize Phillips. For small business sector, 5 candidates were approved for 1 seat: Baker, Brown, Howard, Chong-Ho Chu, Nikhil Nukukreja, and Phillips. COCI reminded eligible voters that voting cards will be available for pickup at the Chamber office from November 25th until December 5th, before noon on Election Day. Voters must present valid identification and are encouraged to turn out in strong numbers to support the candidates they believe best represents their business interests.
Sol Antilles highlighted men's mental health with week-long awareness sessions. Sol Antilles St. Maarten marked Men's Week 2025 with a focused series of activities aimed at breaking stigma and supporting men's emotional well-being. The week opened with a 1-hour session led by Dr. Van Galen of the Mental Health Foundation, who spoke about cultural pressures that discourage men from expressing vulnerability and seeking help. He also outlined practical tools for managing stress, recognizing early warning signs, and strengthening emotional resilience. Sol continued the observance with sessions on general health, mental health awareness, and a social pool night to encourage camaraderie. The week concluded with an empowering talk by Kenty Lichtenberg titled Dads as Role Models, which tied into the International Men's Day theme of supported men and boys. As part of its corporate social responsibility, Sol pledged a donation to the Mental Health Foundation to advance community mental health initiatives. Company representatives Mariska Peterson and Robert James encourage businesses and government agencies to keep advocating for men's mental wellness year-round, noting that open conversation and supportive spaces remain essential to reducing stigma and helping men get the care they need. Up next, a 360-degree look at integrity, from whistleblower protection to investigations that have reshaped national conversations. Our feature story is St. Maarten finally building Our featured story is St. Maarten finally building a culture of integrity. Right after the break.
Good day, Sint Maarten. Our youths are not just the future, they are the now. Youth mainstreaming means giving young people a real voice in shaping our nation, in schools, in business, and in government and the community. One way we can make this a reality is by giving young people a direct seat at the table where decisions are made. When we include youth in the decision making, we build stronger, smarter, and more innovative solutions for everyone. Let's open doors, create opportunities, and make sure every young person has a voice that counts. Together, let's invest in our youth, because when we rise, Sint Maarten rises.
Our rights gives us power, our responsibilities makes us leaders. Together we rise.
The Convention of the Rights of the Child isn't just a policy, it's protection and responsibility. When our children learn their rights, they are better prepared to take on their responsibility. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Department of Youth.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every love, every adventure. Number one provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them is there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road.
Hi, I am Karim Tulen, co-founder of Carib Assist Pro. Our goal is to help busy professionals, elderly, housewives, local, tourists, practically anybody that needs assistance in the day-to-day chores.
We have different services like groceries, do your shopping, and also run your errands. We can provide transportation services for all members of the family, whether it's you on commute or getting the kids to school. House activities and house services that include pet sitting. All of these let us take off your hands and let us make those reservations so you don't have to stress about having a good time.
So you can have less stress and more free time. Through our discretion, we make an impression.
Today, we close our program with a deep dive into an institution that has slowly but steadily reshaped how Sint Maarten deals with misconduct and public accountability. From advising government on whistleblowing policy to uncovering gaps in high-stakes licensing system, the Integrity Chamber has become a central voice in the national integrity movement. Today's featured story asks, is Sint Maarten finally building a culture of integrity? Here's Alston with that report.
Thank you, Jess. The Integrity Chamber's mission has always been clear: strengthen transparency across the public sector, encourage responsible leadership, and make it safer for individuals to speak up. But over this past year, the conversation deepened, driven in large part by new investigations, new policy advice, and a renewed national dialogue on whistleblowing. That dialogue reached a milestone on November 18th, when the Chamber hosted its second Integrity Symposium at the Bel Air Community Center. Nearly 100 invited guests, government officials, state-owned companies, private sector partners, and civil society groups attended under the theme Whistleblowing, Encouraging Accountability. The Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Luc Mercelina opened the event by emphasizing that accountability was not just administrative, but cultural. He stressed that ethical leadership needed to become a national expectation, not an aspiration. President of the Integrity Chamber, Rick Bergman, reminded the audience that integrity cannot be safeguarded by institutions alone. He said it required every employee, every manager, and every citizen to take ownership of reporting wrongdoing. Bergman also spoke about shifting public perception, encouraging Sint Maarten to see whistleblowers not as disruptive figures, but as guardians of integrity. International voices added weight to the conversation. Mari Terracol of Transparency International delivered a video message on best practices for protecting whistleblowers. Two keynote speakers, Caribbean journalist Anika Kentish and former chairman of the Dutch Whistleblowers Authority, Wilbert Thomason, offered regional and international insights into how small societies could build trust in reporting systems. A panel discussion brought those ideas closer to home, featuring Nagico CEO Kiara Ali, union leader Sharon Kangita, and both keynote speakers. They explored safe reporting channels, the impact of cultural norms, and the urgent need for legislative protections. The result was striking. By the end of the symposium, 100% of participants said they held a positive view of whistleblowing, with nearly a quarter saying the event had directly shifted their perspective. For the Integrity Chamber, this was more than encouraging. It was a sign that Sint Maarten was ready for stronger frameworks and bolder reforms. Those reforms were also highlighted earlier this year when the Chamber advised government on creating an official internal whistleblowing policy. That advice identified exactly what was needed: secure channels, confidentiality guarantees, clear definitions of misconduct, proper investigation procedures, and robust protections against retaliation. The Chamber stressed that employees were often the first to spot wrongdoing, and that a safe environment could reduce the likelihood of integrity violations altogether. But perhaps the Integrity Chamber's most visible impact came through its investigation into the issuance of bus and taxi licenses within the Ministry of Théâtre. Prompted by public concern and media reporting, the Chamber reviewed the 2023 licensing process and confirmed major problems: incomplete files, licenses granted outside official deadlines, missing procedures, unclear internal roles, and the absence of the required public transportation committee. The investigation highlighted broader risks as well, such as discretionary decision-making that could leave room for inconsistent or political influence outcomes. To address this, the Integrity Chamber recommended a full review of the legislative framework, better documentation, regular integrity training, clearer decision-making guidelines, and stronger cooperation among departments. Although the full report remains confidential under national law, the recommendations signal a clear path forward: reduce arbitrary decisions, increase transparency, and rebuild public trust in licensing systems. Taken together, the symposium, the whistleblowing advice, and the Théâtre investigation, these actions suggest that Sint Maarten is in the middle of a turning point. Integrity is no longer a background topic. It is becoming a core pillar of governance, supported by ongoing dialogue, external expertise, and institutional pressure for reform. Whether that momentum continues will depend on how quickly government adopts the recommended policies, how strongly civil society supports whistleblowers, and whether reporting channels become both safe and trusted. But for now, the shift is undeniable. Speaking up is no longer something to fear. It is becoming something to value, and that alone marks a significant cultural change. Back to you, Jess.
Thanks, Alston. That was today's featured report, asking whether Sint Maarten is finally laying the foundation for a true culture of integrity. As the Integrity Chamber continues advising, investigating, and educating, the next steps now lies with government and the public. Because, as we heard today, Integrity is a shared responsibility. We'll continue following developments in this space. This has been today's featured story. Thank you for watching. That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Maarten News Desk.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday morning at 8 a.m. on TV15 and then across all social media platforms. I'm Sol Antilles.
And I'm Jessina Lassiter. Wish you an amazing evening. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. And stay friendly, stay Maarten.